Good day, everyone. So, I am Gerald Stephen Navarro, lead SQA Engineer at Hyperstacks. I'm really glad to be here with you today. We'll be talking about testing large-scale application, and I'll use Alipay as an example to show you how it's done, whether you're just starting out in QA or you've been doing it for a while. I hope you find today's sessions helpful and easy to understand. So let's start. So here, what we'll cover today, why testing large-scale application. We'll discuss the importance and unique challenges of testing big apps. Then the second one is what makes an app large-scale. Then we'll define what qualifies an app as large-scale and its key features. Then the third one is common challenges. We'll look at typical issue in testing large scale application and their impact. Then the fourth one is Alipay case studies. Explore Alipay's features and the specific testing challenges it faces. Fifth one is a demo of a test case documentation. So I'll show you how to document test cases effectively. Sixth one is strategies for testing complexities. So we'll cover real world strategies to manage testing challenges. Then lastly is recap. So we'll review the main points from today's session. Okay, so let's start. Here, so the testing large-scale applications is crucial for several reasons. It ensures that these apps can handle many users, maintain data accuracy, protect sensitive information, and provide a smooth user experience. If a large app fail, it can impact many users. So our role as QA professional is vital. Here is first is reliability. So we need to make sure the application doesn't crash under heavy use. Next is data accuracy. It's essential to keep the transaction correct and consistent. Then the security is protecting users' information from breaches is a top priority. If the app is already live, ensure that the testing in staging does not involve real production users because mixing test and real accounts can lead to issues like accidentally altering or exposing sensitive data. Always use separate test account and environments to avoid this risk. Then next is user experience. So the app must work well on all devices. From my experience, so not all devices work the same. So which can lead to unexpected issues. For example, an app might seems bug free in staging, 99% passing rate, so 1% defect. But once in production, issues like unresponsive buttons or crashes might appear on certain devices. So this problem can sometimes stem from variation in OS or device configuration. To address this, conduct thorough testing across various devices and OS or operating system. So focus on the devices most commonly used by your users. So you can prioritize testing for those and ensure compatibility with the most common setups. Then the next one is scalability. So ensure the app can support a growing user base without any problem. By focusing these key areas, so we can help ensure that large-scale application runs smoothly and reliably for all users. Then next is understanding large-scale applications. So this slide, so we'll define what qualifies an app as large-scale and examine its key characteristic. By understanding these aspects, so we can better appreciate the unique challenges and requirements involved in testing, such as complex system. So, what defines a large-scale application in QA? So, large-scale application are those with huge number of users, complex systems working together, and strong security needs. These apps are crucial because any issue can have significant consequences. So they require thorough testing. For example, take the Alipay app for example. So it processes millions of transactions daily. So if something goes wrong, so it could show incorrect balances for thousands of users, which would be a major problem. Approach this to QA to avoid this. So we need to focus on thoroughly checking data accuracy and testing the app under various conditions to ensure it's reliable. By doing so, so we can catch potential issues before it impacts the users. Then next, the common challenges. First is the scalability, so handling a high volume of transactions. So for example, on peak days, like payroll times, in the middle or end of the month, the app might slow down due to increased number of transactions. So as QA approach or the solution on this is to prepare for this. So we should conduct a stress test that simulates heavy traffic. So this help us to assess how well the app manage the large loads and pinpoint any potential issues. Then the next is performance. So ensuring the app stay fast under heavy use. Then, for example, if users may experience lower response times during busy periods, which can make completing transaction difficult. As QA, so we need to optimize performance by identifying and addressing any areas that cause delay or slow responses. Then the next one is security. So protecting the app from threats. So imagine discovering a security issue in the login process that put user data at risk. So as QA, so regularly check for security vulnerabilities and fix them promptly so to ensure user data remains safe. Then the next one is data management. So keeping the data accurate and organized. So if the transaction data doesn't match across different parts of the system, so it can lead an issue or errors. So as QA, so perform regular checks to maintain data consistency and accuracy throughout the app. Then next is the cross-platform consistency. So ensuring the app works the same on iOS and Android. So scenario on this is a feature that works on iOS might not function properly on Android, so which can affect the user experience. As QA, so test the app thoroughly on both iOS and Android to ensure all features work consistently across both platforms. So next is understanding a large scale application. So what makes application large scale? So let's look at Alipay, so a popular mobile payment platform. So Alipay handles millions of transactions daily and offers service like mobile payment, money transfers, bill payments, and more. So for example, if Alipay requires flexibility to manage numerous transactions simultaneously while ensuring data security and accuracy. So as QA, we focus on testing to ensure that all this operation works smoothly, no matter how many user or what type of device they use. So next is the case study. So here are the key features of Alipay. So Alipay isn't just about mobile payments. So it also handles money transfers, bill payments, financial services, ticket bookings. Each of these features add a complexity that needs to be carefully tested. So, for example, when paying bills, Alipay has to communicate with different service provider. So each with their own system. So the solution on this is as QA. So we do integration testing to make sure Alipay works well with this other third-party provider without an error. Then the next one is challenges in Alipay app. So when it comes to handling high volume transaction, so ensuring secure authentication and maintaining cross-platform functionality in the Alipay app. QA testing. So QA testing needs to be thorough and well organized. So handling a high volume transaction. So we need to perform load and stress testing to ensure the app can handle peak times without any issue. For example, JMeter are great for this kind of testing. Ensuring secure authentication, so to protect the app from security threats, consistent penetration testing, and multi-factor authentication are essentials. So OWASP is a tool that can help with these security checks. So I don't have a demo for WhatsApp and Burp Suite today, but from my experience, WhatsApp is simpler and easy to use, while Burp Suite is more complex and suited for in-depth testing. So if you're looking something user-friendly and straightforward, go with the WhatsApp. So if you need more detailed and complex testing, so Burp Suite is the way. Okay, next is testing large-scale application. So testing large-scale application, we follow structured approach. So here's what we focus on. So test planning, set clear goal, scope, resources, and timelines. So, for example, if the plan isn't clear, important parts might get missed, so leading to issue in the future. So, as QA, so create a detailed plan to cover all areas of testing. Then the next one is a test strategy. So decide what type of test to run. So for example, without a clear strategy, you might end up doing unnecessary tests. So as QA, so set a clear strategy to make testing efficient and effective. So the next is a test environment. Create a test setup just like the real thing. So for example, if your test environment is different from the production environment, issue might go unnoticed. So as QA, so make the test environment as close as production as possible. In regression testing, so make sure the new updates don't break existing features. For example, an update causes bugs in features that were working fine before. As QA, so do a regression testing after each update to ensure everything still works. Then in test reporting, keep track of the results, issue, and coverage. So, for example, without good reporting, so it's hard to know where the problem are. So, as QA, so document everything carefully to keep everyone informed. Next is test data. Test use data that reflects a real world usage. Scenario on this is if a test data isn't realistic, so test result might not get accurate. For SQA, so use a diverse and realistic test for a better testing. So next is a test case. So write a detailed test case that covers all features. In missing or unclear test case can lead to incomplete testing. So as QA, develop clear, detailed test cases or to ensure all features are tested properly. Then test execution, prioritize defects by their importance. For example, critical defects might be overlooked if they are not prioritized. As QA, execute the test in systematic way, prioritizing issue that have a biggest impact. Defect tracking, keep track and manage issue effectively. So, for example, scenario, if defects aren't tracked well, they might not get fixed. As a QA approach, manage and resolve issue efficiently. So here, I'll show you some test cases I prepared, especially for QA pressures. They are useful to everyone. So these test cases cover key areas like login, accounts, and settings, and also dashboards. So additionally, I'll demonstrate you how to generate test report result that you can provide to the client to help them understand the testing outcomes. Let's switch this. So here are the example. By the way, you can scan this. You can scan this QR for the link of the test cases. Okay. So done. So test cases. So here are the example. For example, login. Here are the example of test cases. For example, login 001. The test scenario or location is login. So verify is the username. Placeholder is username. Test data and a steps to execute. Unexpected result. So here are you can modify this by scanning the QR from the slide. So for example, here so the statuses. So pass, it will automatically update the pass count. So here block, then NA, then pass. So in accounts, here are the example of test cases. So to be run, pass, fail, untested, block. So total number to be run is 4, 1, pass. Then settings here to failed, and you can also see the percentage needed for statistic 66%, 33%. Then the test completion report. So here you can edit the project name. Then to be run. So here you can check all the total or all the tab in login and accounts and settings. So you can check the formula here. If you want to add other features, so you can just add here and add new tab for it. So okay, black. Okay, so we're done in the demo. So let me know if you want to get these docs. Just comment in the stream so that I can provide. Then okay, so let's switch the camera. So here, in the demo, so I just presented. So these test cases are designed to guide new testers through complex application flow and ensure they don't miss any important details or edge cases. So next is strategies, testing complexities. In the risk-based testing, so for example, the challenges is deciding what to test first. So in the big app like Alipay, we can test everything equally. We need to focus on the most important parts like payments and security. So scenario. So for example, Alipay app is updating its app with new features. So we don't have time to test everything. So we need to prioritize testing the most critical features. So such as payment and login. As QA, focus on critical areas. Test the most important features thoroughly. For example, make sure the payment and security system work well. Fix the problem early. So if a new features might cause an issue, test it early and solve problems before they become bigger. So next is exploratory testing. So the challenge on this is finding hidden problems. So large apps can have complex interaction that standard test might miss. So, for example, a new feature, let in user schedule bill payments. So, we need to test how it handles different scenario like overlapping payments or system outage. So, as QA, explore freely. So, test the app in various way, just following a script. So, for example, try scheduling multiple payments to see if the system handle them correctly. Then find and fix the issues. So look for a hidden problem. So during exploratory testing, and update the test cases to cover this new situation. Then the next one is end-to-end testing. So make sure everything works together. So the app must work smoothly from start to finish across all devices and platforms. So for example, a users log in, check their balance, transfers money, and get confirmation. These need to work perfectly on iOS and Android. So as QA, test the whole process. So create a test that covers the entire user's journey. So from logging in to completing a transaction, ensure it works consistently on all devices. Also, simulate a real use. So test scenarios like starting a transaction on the phone and finishing it to a computer to make sure it's seamlessly. So next is automate testing. So include this test in your regular update checks to automatically spot the issue after each update. Then the next one is case study summary. So using this strategy helps ensure that the large app like Alipay works smoothly and meets users' need. Recap, as we come to end our session, let's review the key points to keep in mind. So when testing large scale application, so first is plan and prepare. So begin with a solid test plan and strategy. It's crucial to have a clear roadmap to guide your testing process. Then the second one is test thoroughly. So make sure you cover aspects of the app, performance, security, data accuracy, and more. So comprehensive testing helps catch issues early. Then the third one is a cross-platform consistency. Verify that the apps function smoothly across all devices and platforms. These ensure a consistent user experience, so no matter where the app is used. Then the fourth one is use realistic data. So your test data should mimic the real world scenario. So testing with realistic data helps you better understand how the app will perform under actual user condition. Stay organized. So keep track of your test and defect meticulously. So staying organized helps you manage issue effectively and ensure nothing slip through the cracks. So testing large scale application can be challenging, but with the right approach, you can ensure that they perform well, secure, and provide a great experience from users. I've enjoyed discussing this insight with you today. So if you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to leave your comments in the live stream page. I'm here to help and look forward to hearing you. Thank you for joining me and have a great day.